the best way to guarantee a qualification in a 70.3 or 140.6 is to win your age group. The first person in their age group always gets a slot. Sometimes there's 2 or 3. Sometimes for larger men's age groups, there's 4, 5, or 6 slots. And I'm thinking more for the 140.6. When it comes to the 70.3, it's a little bit more generous because people turn down their slots. You could go, you could get 10th place in your age group, and the first 9 people don't want to go. And so what's called roll down. It rolls down to you. So when you go to the awards ceremony at a 70.3, you first go to the awards and see what people take the slots who finished top in their age group, and then you go to the roll down. And I'm finding, especially the last few years, with COVID happening and just a lot of other changes in life, that 70.3 World Championship slot has gone really deep into an age group. Like in my mind, that age group really, that person didn't really qualify, but kudos for them for going to the roll down and taking the slot. And so you want to get fast enough so you have more potential to win your age group. So when you're looking at races to possibly, go as your key qualifying race, go to a race that suits your strengths and weaknesses. If you're a great climber, choose a hilly bike course. If you're not so great at climbing, then choose a flat bike course or something. Think about things like that. If you're a weak swimmer and you choose a downstream venue, most people are going to be faster, not just you. So that's not always the way to go if you're thinking about, I want an easy swim, because then everyone's going to be faster because the current's going to push them downstream. So really focus on the bike and the run more than anything. And, it's August. We're going into, some people may have started their off season, out of season type of focus right now. So make sure you don't blow off the off season and take too much time completely off. I think taking some time off is needed and it's appropriate, especially if you've ended the last race of your season. That's the best time to take time off. But make sure you follow a plan of what you want to focus on in the off season. For example, if you struggled with running this season, maybe you want to do an off season running plan. If you focus with cycling, maybe you want to focus on cycling in the off season, same with running. And Dave and I have actually created 4 separate off-season plans on Training Peaks. One's a multi-sport, one's bike specific, one's run specific, and one is swim specific. And you may want to, something else I would do is, again, focus on speed by doing some 5K and 10K runs and get away from this half Ironman distance of 56 miles of biking, half marathon, and work on the shorter distances. So if there's still time left in your season, jump into some sprints and Olympics and get the racing experience as much as you can.
And we got word a few weeks ago that the Ironman World Championship, and I can't remember if it's this year or next, probably next year, right, is that they're going to have 2 separate days, a men's race and a women's race, and that means they can have more participants in each category. Mm-hmm. So there's more opportunities to qualify. They kind of had to do this, if you think about it, the more and more races they're adding to the schedule throughout the world, they've got to make room for more people. So this was kind of a natural evolution of the sport. So you have more room. And you were talking about go to a race that suits your strengths. And I'm thinking also be willing to travel to a race that might not have a lot of participants. Right. Be willing to go to Asia. Be willing to go to maybe, I don't know about Europe so much, but South America or Central America.
Yeah, I mean, if it's really a goal, that's definitely something to look at. I didn't even think about that, but definitely. I know I had a girlfriend who would go, I think there was a race in China that she'd always go to. I mean, it's very much an expense, and so you have to have that funding, but she would go to China and qualify. I think it was for a Kona slot. It may have been for a 70.3 slot. I don't remember. But I'm like, kudos to her. That's great.
Yeah.
Whatever it takes, just keep focusing on your goal and don't give up.
And that probably is why there's so many roll downs for the 70.3 World Championships, because it moves so often, as opposed to everyone knows where the Ironman World Championship is. It's been that way except for this year in Utah. That oh, I can't afford to go to Finland, or I'm in a different country, I can't travel there as easily, or because it is in my country, I will take it. And other people who are halfway across the globe can't take it. So it makes sense why there's these huge row downs. But if that's okay with you and you're willing to wait 10 slots and willing to travel, then there is a way to get there.
Yeah, definitely. And just don't take the off season off, out of season, off season, whatever you want to call it. Maintain some fitness, work on your nutrition, maybe that, work on your recovery, your nutrition, make sure you're fresh starting your race preparation phase whenever that's going to start, and give yourself plenty of time to progress towards your goal.